I always say, if you want something to be the way that you want it to be, it takes work. If you want to have a nice home, if you want to have a nice car, a nice yard, a nice relationship, it doesn't happen easy. You have to work at it. Again, that's part of life. It's unfair. Every morning I send my son off to school with his sister, and he's 10 years old. And when he leaves the house, his shirt is tucked in, his shoes are tied, his hair is combed, his zipper is up. Guess what? He doesn't come home that way. It's just, things unravel. You know, when you clean your house, especially if you have children, it doesn't stay that way. If you wash the car, it doesn't take long for the birds to perch on the power lines above it. You know, things slowly unravel, and we have to stay at it. If you want to have things to be the way you want them, it takes work. And when you see a nice car drive down the road, especially a classic car, it didn't happen by accident. That's somebody who took care of that car and really worked at it. And we have to do the same thing. Some people's idea of staying in shape is getting out of shape slowly. You know, and if you, and in my office, not everybody appreciated my sense of humor, but a lot of times people would come in and say, boy, my back really hurts and I didn't even do anything. And I always say, well, that's the problem. You didn't do anything. They mean they didn't do anything bad, but I know they didn't do anything good either. You have to work at things. Things slowly unravel over time if we don't. January 6, 2011. I can guarantee right now that, number one, this is going to be the best presentation you have heard this year through MPI Pittsburgh so far. But we make these resolutions. We make these resolutions this time of year, and I love it because everybody has these great intentions. They say, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, I'm going to go to the gym, and because they see other people do it. They see the celebrities do it, they see the athletes do it, they see the fitness people do it. And they think, well, I should be able to go to the gym for an hour or two because I have 24 hours in a day. The first thing I try to work with people, before we even start anything physical, is working with their thinking process. If you work 8 hours and you sleep 8 hours, guess what? You're down to 8 hours. And in that 8 hours that's remaining, if there's commuting, there's taking care of the kids, there's taking care of yourself, there's meals, you probably are trying to fit that hour into 2 or 3 rather than 24. So we have to be realistic. We have to start slowly. And what happens is people they go to the gym and their motivation is there and they have great intentions. But they go to the gym for, like I said, maybe an hour or two, several nights in a row, maybe a couple of weeks, but they haven't gone grocery shopping. They haven't done the laundry. They haven't paid any bills. And so all of a sudden they're behind on that and they have to take a night or two off from the gym. And that night or two turns into 3 or 4, turns into a week, and before they know it, they haven't been back to the gym. So when you start off, you do need to start small. Before you even think of joining a gym, just maybe take a 15-minute walk around the block at home, work that into your schedule, work that into your routine, and then build from that. And then once you do it consistently, then maybe think about going to a gym. But you don't need to go to a gym. Unless you live in an apartment and you really don't have the room for equipment and to do certain things, you can do a lot of things at home. You can do things at home. I often think it'd be amazing to explain our fitness routines and our concepts to an alien, from another planet. We say, well, we go to the gym and walk on the treadmill for 2 or 3 miles. And they say, well, how far is the gym? Well, about 2 or 3 miles. So we drive there and look for a parking space closest to the gym, first of all, and then we get on the treadmill and walk and don't see anything, don't really accomplish anything. So we have to make some changes.